Hey friends, and welcome back to the Gentleman's Journey. Guys, in this one, I'm so excited. We're finally doing the 1-year review of my Red Wing Iron Rangers. Now guys, this is an American icon. It's a classic. I said it in the first video. It's a boot every guy either once he's thought about or he already has in his Amazon cart and he's about to pull the trigger. Guys, it's just an awesome boot all around. So I've been pumped about this boot. Now, if you've been watching the channel a bit, you'll see that I have several videos on this, or at least it's made it into several different videos that I have. Now, the first one, of course, is the review. We talk about the nuts and bolts of the boot, and then we take it out on a little adventure. So that was a really fun video. Thank you guys if you've checked that out. Beyond that, you know, it made it in the My Boot Collection 2021. Now, if you watch that one, you'll see that it made it as my top boot for 2021. This boot was my favorite boot of last year. Now, guys, it still definitely has a high place of honor in my collection. If you've been watching, you'll see I have some pretty new boots that I'm totally stoked about. At any rate, guys, this boot beat out all the others. It just, at that point in my boot career, if you will, it was the top of the top. It had the thickest leather, it had the best stitching, had the best construction. There were some things that I was really interested to see how I would like or didn't like, but I can tell you it was definitely my favorite boot of all time up till 2021. Beyond that, another video that we did with this boot is we compared it to the Thursday Captains. Now guys, if you check back that video, I said it was comparing apples to oranges, not apples to apples, just because I don't see, even though you see a lot of guys comparing them, I didn't quite see it as the same category because this boot beat out the Thursdays in most every category. Now, I would like to say real quickly that, you know, as a gentleman who's out there working hard, earning every single dollar you get, if you stopped at Red Wing, if you stopped to the Iron Ranger as far as cost and build quality, I really do think that you're honoring the money that God gives you and you're being a good steward. I really do think that the quality construction of this boot really is worth your money, and you could be proud and honored to say that that's where you spent your money. I just really think that it's something that's built really good quality, has thick leather, great stitching, and you can re-sole it. I think that's one of the greatest things about it. It has an actual toe cap, meaning that when they build the toe cap, they don't thin out the leather on the vamp and thin out the toe cap and stitch it together. No, it's actually a toe cap sewn on there. And I would say, even though people say it has a pretty bulbous or chunky looking toe, considering that it's a real toe cap, it's still quite slender and a pretty nice little profile there. Now guys, another video that this boot ended up in was the cleaning video. That one's more recently. So I go through all my process, which I say in the video, I'm not trying to start any trends, is pretty much right where Red Wing wants you to be as far as the cleaning process. So we've covered this extensively, but let me get into kind of my experience over the past year. I want to start from the bottom up rather than the opposite way that I typically do in a review, because that's the outsole. That's something that I was really concerned about and not too keen on. I wasn't sure if I would like the mini lug. Now guys, I just got a set of Nicks and a set of Franks with the Vibram 100 lug. That's the ultra intense kind of commando style rugged lug outsole, and that thing has been intense. I love the heck out of it. One downside to that, especially if you're in an office environment or something, you just don't need that intense of an outsole. It picks up a lot of rocks. Now this one has been great. It's actually grown on me. I might even throw it on a couple of boots in the future. I wasn't too keen on it not coming out to the outside. I just felt even with the mini lug, they could stretch those lugs out a little bit more. Wasn't so sure how grippy the heel would be. There's not a lot going on there besides the awesome Red Wing logo. None of the stitching has even came out on this. And let me tell you friends, I wear this thing a lot. I really do. I truly wear it. Again, consider I have a boot channel and I have a lot of boots to review, and I put my feet through a living, you know what, for you guys. But guys, I end up wearing this probably 3 or 4 times a week. I just do. I rotate them through and when I first got them, I was just wearing them all the time. So at any rate, the stitching on the outsole is really good. it's been a lot grippier than I thought it would be. I'm happy that it doesn't traipse in a lot of mud and rocks and stuff like that. And I've been impressed with it. I think I'll run it again. When these do go out, I'll probably go a different direction. Let me know what you guys think I should do. Should I go with some just straight up leather? Should I take it crazy and do the 100 lug? Should I do some kind of V-bar or send it off to a cobbler and have their special outsole put on there? Let me know what you guys think. Always looking for some ideas. It's gonna be a while though. This isn't gonna need it anytime soon, but always keen to know what you guys are doing. I've seen some neat things with these shoes, so I'd love to hear what you guys have done when you are ready for a resole. The welt is doing great, guys. This one is hard to beat. You can resole it from time to time whenever it needs it. And I think the uppers are made of thick enough leather where they can handle 2, maybe even 3 resoles, depending on the type of wear. You know, if this is a casual boot and you literally just wear out the outsole just from walking a lot, I really do think you could probably get 3 uses out of this thing in terms of a resole. Super comfortable. I would say the footbed is molding to my foot, and I can go all day and my foot is not fatigued. I will say, just like any boot for me, at the end of the day, I can't wait to get in my house slippers. That's just the way it is, or just with no shoes at all. And I don't think that it's because my feet are tired or sore. Just something good about taking boots off at the end of the day. I'm a boot guy. I love boots, but at the end of the day, when I take them off, let's just say my feet aren't killing me, but I'm happy to get them off. Let me know if that makes sense to you guys. It's still the original pair of laces, so the laces have done good. I haven't had any speed hooks or eyelets come out. Everything's holding up there. I don't have any stitching doing anything weird. Again, these boots are online, and I haven't found my feet to be extremely sweaty. Here we are over in Texas right now. I can tell you guys I have a traveling business. These boots have been down to Florida and up to Washington State. We cover the entire country, and these boots have stepped foot in at least half the United States, at least half the states we have. That truly, this boot has been around. The places it's taken me has been quite something. I haven't found online boots to be uncomfortable for me. It's just something I don't even think about. These boots don't have a pull tab, but I'll tell you, they're pretty, even for being a 6-inch boot, especially now that I have all like cowboy boots or some 10-inch boots or 8-inch boots. I just don't find this to be hard to get my foot in at all. So I'm using the Cobbler's Choice boot trees. I've done a video on this, and make sure and check it out, guys. I really stand by boot trees, but that's a lot of room there to get your foot in. So I haven't found that I need a pull tab. I think it makes a nice profile for the boot, not having it. Again, this has been arguably a bulbous toe, and I still find it, compared to some of my most recent boots, a pretty low profile boot. I mean, has a single row of stitching around the welt there, whereas like my Nicks and my Franks have 2. And so it really still makes for a pretty slender boot there in my estimation. At any rate, guys, it's held up amazing. I can't wait to get into the 2, 3, 4 year review, get into a couple rebuilds on this boot. I haven't babied it at all. At first, with all my boots, I tend to think I'm going to, but you can tell the toes scuffed up a bit. With my traveling business, we get in and out of the bed of the truck a lot, and I'm dragging my toe here and there, so I appreciate that extra toe cap. I really haven't babied them at all. They're not work boots per se. If I'm gonna go work on my car, or if I was gonna go, you know, do some garden work or different stuff like that, I wouldn't grab these, just because I have so many boots at this point. I didn't buy them for a work boot, so I wouldn't give them undue stress, if you will. But I think they'll handle it all day long. I hear from a lot of you guys that you wear them in factories. It's in their heritage line now. It wouldn't have been when it got started. It would have been a work boot. And I think that the leather is still thick enough where it can handle throwing some stuff at it. It just depends on the industry. It would definitely break down pretty quickly in the oil field, or some of the jobs I've had in the past, it would break down pretty quickly. But at any rate, friends, I am here to answer any questions you have. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to answer any of my experience over the past year with these boots. I really recommend them. I really stand by them. Again, let me reiterate, you know, if you're out there, every single dollar that you make is time away from your family, time away from stuff you want to be doing. You're trading your time for this dollar, and where you put that dollar matters. And that's what we're about on the Gentleman's Journey. Not about consumerism, not about just on-ending spending. You know, you guys want to make investment decisions. You want to pay for your kids this and that. You want to get the new truck and all these different things. And where you put your money matters. And I really do think that if you were to buy some Red Wings over and above some of these other brands, or especially a mall boot or a set of sneakers, that this is something you can feel like you're being a good steward of your money with. So I stand behind these after a year. I'm super proud to own them. Love this company. You're gonna see much more Red Wing on the channel. Let me know, guys, what kind of boot you'd love to see next. Always looking for ideas. If you check back the channel, you'll see that I've taken a lot of you guys' ideas over the past couple years. So can't wait for where this channel is going. Really hope that you'll consider subscribing. I know it sounds silly and ultra YouTubey, but it really does make a difference in the channel and in my life. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming along for my journey as we strive to become better gentlemen together. You know that scripture, iron sharpens iron. So just looking out for each other, trying to be better men, better dressed men, and see if we can't pick up on some tips from each other on how to do things like treating our family better, our wives better, and all the things a gentleman ought to do. So until the next video, guys, God bless you. And hey, don't forget to give those boots some love from time to time.